This is a heartbreaking story of a military wife who followed her husband into war only to face an unimaginable tragedy. A true story of sacrifice, courage, and resilience, this emotional account has captured worldwide attention, including that of Russian President Putin. Watch this. Meet Anna Petrova, a 32-year-old nurse from Rostov, Russia. When her husband, Captain Ivan Petrova, was deployed to the front lines of Ukraine, Anna made a life-altering decision. She volunteered as a field medic, determined to stay by her husband's side and save lives. For months, Anna worked tirelessly, treating soldiers under relentless shelling. She earned the nickname Angel of the Frontline for her bravery, but everything changed on a cold October morning when their unit was ambushed during a retreat. Despite Anna's desperate attempts to save him, Ivan succumbed to his injuries in her arms. Heartbroken but undeterred, Anna refused to leave the battlefield, continuing to aid the wounded until she was eventually evacuated. When Anna's story reached Moscow, it sparked a national outpouring of support. Even Vladimir Putin publicly acknowledged her sacrifice, posthumously honoring her. Today, Anna dedicates her life to advocating for veterans and war widows, turning her personal tragedy into a force for change. Her story reminds us of the devastating human cost of war and the extraordinary strength of those left to carry on.
Good day. My name is Mangusha Idasma. I am from the Republic of Tuva, a veteran of military operations, a mother of 3 children, and the wife of a deceased serviceman. In 2023, my husband decided to become a participant in a special military operation. For example, I also decided to follow him, as I have a medical education. I am a medic. He is an assault trooper. And so we stood up to defend the motherland. Due to the inability to serve in the same unit, we hadn't seen each other for more than a year, even though the distance between our units was no more than 40 kilometers. And for me, as an escort of the evacuation platoon, to my great regret, I had to evacuate the body of my deceased husband. That's how we met. That's how we saw each other. And that's how we both returned home. And with that, my task as a military medic was completed. Now I have a great responsibility, raising our children. And now as a mother and a veteran of combat operations, I wish for all of us a swift return to peaceful skies above. And victory will be ours.
Vladimirovich, excuse me, she didn't mention that she single-handedly pulled out her husband.
She did say...
Yes, well, on her own.
On her own?
She single-handedly pulled out her husband. And for us, we all have difficult fates with heavy stories. But we unanimously decided that it's deserving a state award for having the willpower and courage in this extremely difficult situation. Must definitely be considered for her.
You know. Such stories, such destinies that are worthy of being to be documented in books, in poems.
Definitely in feature films.
To tell in feature films, in works, so that remains without for a long time. It's a small grain. I can't even imagine.
Immoral.
Yes, Leonid Ivanovich.
More children, more grandchildren, and half-brothers, and just your aspirations.
Absolutely right.
That's how it should be. Yes, there's something to be proud of, indeed. But how did it happen? Was there a 40-kilometer distance between the units where you served?
Dwayne. We served in different military units, but we had the same direction. And we still couldn't meet. First he left. Then I went to serve after him. And it so happened that when he came on leave, I was leaving.
We saw the children, but not the other one.
There was no opportunity on the front line. We only knew that we were all right. If there was a connection we could call and talk, that we were all right.
And how did you end up in that place and at that time when...
I was told that he died on the 22nd. Sandy. Now, I will remember, as soon as I was told that he died, I immediately reported all this to my commander, and he let me go due to family circumstances. But there was no order for me to go with my platoon. I went with his comrade. We went, did the evacuation, and I met them in Rostov.
How old are the children?
The youngest son is 5 years old, the middle daughter is 9, and the eldest is 11.
Where do you live?
In Republic Tuva, City Kizil.
Tuva in Kaisel, right? The children go to kindergarten and study there, right?
Yes. As soon as we left for the SVO zone, we were immediately given a place in kindergarten. And the older children go to school.
And you both went to the special military operations zone, and who stayed with the children?
With their grands.
It took a lot of effort from everyone together to persuade Aidus Mayasovna not to go to the front again. That is, she was in fact eager to go, and we had to make a great effort. We still urge her to stay home with the children and dedicate her life to raising them. And precisely in memory of her husband.
Absolutely right. I fully support this and ask you not to do it. Truly, without any irony, without jokes. But still, you have kids, you need to raise them. A mother should be nearby. Thank you. Yes, well, it's an amazing story, of course. Worthy of being, without any irony, depicted in some artistic works and disseminated to people. I also wish you courage, which you have plenty of, and patience. Well, that's it. All your colleagues are here. If Anna Evgenievna says, we'll talk later about what needs to be done to help you. Raise the kids.
Everything is arranged perfectly well indeed. Agreed.
What do you think of Anna's heartbreaking yet inspiring journey? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more powerful true stories.